Leaving Palm Beach this afternoon, President Trump posed with officers from the Sheriff's Department and over the din of Air Force One's engines responded to shouted questions about North Korea. This week, North Korea's Kim Jong-Un and President Moon Jae-in of South Korea are scheduled to meet after Kim, seen here inside his private train, announced Friday the North's nuclear program is complete and therefore would stop its missile testing, a move seen with both caution and optimism for potential negotiations.
There's every reason to think that he will not agree to give up all of his nuclear weapons. So the question for the United States becomes, are we willing to live with some kind of compromise solution?
Today, President Trump oversold on Twitter, declaring inaccurately they have agreed to denuclearization. But North Korea has not gone that far. Today, Senator Bob Corker said for Kim, the arsenal secures his grip on power.
He views having deliverable nuclear weapons as his ticket to dying as an old man in his bed.
Later, the president dialed back expectations. We are a long way from conclusion on North Korea. Maybe things will work out, and maybe they won't. While the White House repeated its goal for Trump-Kim negotiations.
But I think that from our perspective, it means full denuclearization, no longer having nuclear weapons that can be used in warfare against any of our allies.
This week, two of Europe's most powerful leaders come to the White House. French President Emmanuel Macron, who's on particularly good terms with President Trump, and German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Theirs is a more complicated relationship. Both are expected to urge President Trump to stay in the nuclear deal with Iran, in part to signal North Korea that the U.S. would keep its word, making another nuclear agreement.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.